It's Rick Harsh. This is a booktube. I haven't done one in a while, so I should be fucking grateful that I'm doing one because I'm forced to do it because I was tagged by some eejit. I think I don't- every country in the world has better fewer words than English, fewer opportunities to say. I mean, English is the best language for writers that I know of, and I'm fluent in cursing. I can curse in over 20 languages. Um, but when it comes to the other things, like Egypt, you know, we need that in English, but then when you say it, it's like when the first time you hear somebody say, yeah, my flat. Well, I have to say, I do say flat now that I've been in Europe 20 years, but I say apartment more often still. But this guy, his actual fucking moniker is Eejit Reads. I subscribed, I like him. But I'm not, I mean, I don't love him because I'm not really happy about this. And worse yet, fucking Noah Clemens. Mind your own goddamn business, Noah. You're tagged. Noah Clemens told me that, hey, there's this guy, he's pretty new on YouTube, he tagged you, and it's really cool, and everything. Yeah, okay, Mr. Optimist. Just so you know, we're not all so fucking optimistic about the same things you are. Tag, Noah. I don't know how you tag. And so I'm only going to tag Noah. Noah, you're tagged. This is I guess it came from the Bookish Bryants, and they tagged the idiot. The idiot, and and it's I don't know. I took notes. First steps. Oh yeah. He said he was doing this, and then he stopped because his kid took his first steps. What the fuck kind of reason is that? I got two kids. They took their first steps, and then it never stops. Don't make a big deal out of it. Let the kid walk. What happens is your kid takes their first steps and you go and you pick them up and say, you made your first step. And then the kid after that thinks, oh, fuck, man. He's gonna do that again? And then it's another month before they take a step. So just fatherhood advice for you, Eejit. I didn't get your name, man. But you're Canadian. You know how I know he's Canadian? Because he was in an unheated room in a t-shirt. I'm in a heated room in my winter jacket, which is secondhand. I hate it. But I just started wearing it this year. I'll throw it away. I'm always looking for an old, long wool jacket at the flea market. Takes a lot of fleas to get it there. Well, here's the tag. I don't know if it's got a name, but we'll call it the idiot tag. Idiot tag. The third one is, do you plan your purchases or do you impulse buy? What kind of question is that? Is it an impulse buy when, some friend, you can't make an impulse buy without coming across the book. And you can't buy a book now without planning. I mean, you got to at least get your wallet out. The latest big buy that came close to what I think you mean by impulse was the combinations by Louis Armand, an Australian in Prague. And it's a beast of a book, over 900 pages. I'm not going to talk a lot about the book because I don't want to talk a lot at all. Do I look like I want to talk? I just woke up. It's fucking great. It's one of those books where you just don't give a shit what's going on because of what he's doing, the language, everything is so fucking good that I don't care about the plot, but there's a plot too, I suppose that's something. How do you decide what to buy? Well, I'll tell you. I've already decided it's a book that I want to buy. There's 90% of it right there, and then I want it, so I buy it if I can. So how do I decide what to buy? If I got the money, I buy it. I usually don't have a lot of money for books, so that's it. But this guy, he goes on about Rick Harsh in his thing, and he tells you to go to my booktube, and he gives you a couple specific ones, which is kind of nice. He doesn't talk about the egg one, which is weird. He doesn't talk about the Neil Gaiman one, which is weird. But I suppose I should thank him for that. But he was talking about how he gets a lot of book recommendations from me. And that would be very satisfying, but the fucker sends me bills. Rick, I didn't even know who he was. And I don't know his name now, but I'm going to go back and find out all the Canadians I've sent things to and narrow it down. But, and I'm not going to say the name of the guy who sends me bills, but this has got to be the guy. I've been wondering for a long time. Rick, yeah, I got the idea to buy this book from you. It was 1995. By the end of the month, no, I'm not going to pay for the books you buy. You fucking eejit. Number 3 was, do you like this kind of book, that kind of book, like video books or computer books or technical books or books delivered by mandrills. I like books, so we're talking about books. I mean, it's not a book if it's on a screen. It's a screen novel. An audio book is not a book. It's a tape or a CD or whatever. And so I like books. Libraries. I don't remember what they are. In Slovenia we have small Slovene libraries, and there's a great one in Capodistria, which is Koper. They bought a bunch of my books, Corona Samizdat. I'm the chief editor of Corona Samizdat, and they bought a bunch of my books, and I'm sure if you're Slovene, that's a fucking great library. I just know the guy who, one of the guys there. So, and then there is number 5, how to acquire books with money. Jesus. Reading diary? What the fuck? I'm reading look, I'm reading a 1,000-page book. Why the fuck would I keep a diary? It would have to be longer than the book, probably. And then you got the whole problem, which the eejit discusses, the time to read and, what percentage of books you get to read. And, he, with some acuity, says that the fucking things are, he's reading a fraction of what he wants to read. And, that people who read fast read a fraction of what they want to read. Yeah, fair point. So, and very accurate. So, okay. Books I haven't read. What about them? Well, at night, they come and they pummel me. If it's not a golem or a series of golems, or I think homunculi are doing it, but it's possible that it's the books I haven't read. Books amount, something, decide unread books amount. How the fuck can you decide that? I mean, every time you buy a book, you think, I'm going to read this. Now, the last couple purchases, this may cover something later here, but the last few purchases I made were this, and then there are books that I knew that I've wanted for a long time, Haldor Laxness, and I have Gregor von Retzery's The Death of My Brother Abel, and I love it, but I read in it now and then. I only turn to the end um, recently, and I saw end of part one. I was wondering why the fuck is New York Review of Books printing it under the name Abel and Cain? You know, when it's called The Death of My Brother Abel. That's a perfectly fine translation, exact, as a matter of fact. That's how I learned German. Is I look at the translations, and you know the the book Trieste, Dark Book by Dasha Dernrich, and in English it's called Trieste. In the Austrian, or no, in I think she gave it a German language title, Sonnenschein. Sonnenschein. It was sunshine. Jesus Christ. And somebody said, "Oh, a book called Sunshine isn't going to sell." Well, fuck you. I mean, I got the bestseller I got is Skulls of Istria. Why don't you call that you know um, the stinking skulls of part of ex-Yugoslavia? Oh yeah, yeah, that'll sell. Or the manifold destiny of Eddie Vegas. Why don't you call that Death on the Plains? Ooh, Death on the Plains. Yeah, I'll buy that. Fucking Christ. Fucking Christ. Okay, books I haven't read. TBR. Well, I only recently, since getting here on Instagram, did I find out that TBR didn't mean Teddy Bareface Roosevelt. So I got nothing to say about TBR. I mean, what's a TBR? It's the same as all the other questions. Jesus Christ. Brian? No, it was someone named Kristen. You came up with this? Horse shit. Yeah, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to return. The 10th one was something about drinking. And he said, I guess when he gets into drinking, which they call deep in the rhubarb in his part of Canada, I like that, but it's pretty weird, he's deep in the rhubarb. Don't get it. But, I do get it, but I don't. And he says, he goes to, gets drunk and he goes to his to NYRB Classics and the Dalkey Archives. Fucking go to Corona Samizdat if you want to discover authors. That's all I'm going to say. Go get drunk, get ass deep in your rhubarb, and go home and go to Corona Samizdat. It's not like we don't got 35 books, most of which you don't have. Okay? I'm going to call you eejit until you tell me your fucking name. And then, I don't know, like, know that you're awesome because you like books? Oh, come on. Have you ever met a writer? There are so many assholes out there. I haven't met any on Instagram. Well, no, I guess people who know my whole story know that I have met two. But two out of how many? I love book people. I used to run a used bookstore back in the 80s, and I love book dealers and book people, and there is something particularly fine about these people, and I'm really finding that to be the case on Instagram. Really wonderful people, but I can't decide that I'm awesome because of anything that I do. But that led to this guy mentioning Bobby Balser. This is he is fucking great. There you go. I don't know. I pulled this out. Like, how do you decide to buy books? Well, I don't have a copy of The Castle anymore, and I need to get the original. I'll probably get it from C.S. Miller. when he sells the right copy. I think I'm out of time. I don't know if there's any. Elfrida Jelinek. That's how you say it, Canadian. Elfrida Jelinek. You know, you did so well with the Asian names. That was fascinating. You know, he did a lot of. He talked a lot about haiku. Oh, that reminded me of my haiku book, which is well, it's not written by me supposedly, but I can palm this if this were a basketball. Uh, oh shit, 15:30 something. I hope I can fit this in. Uh, Ladies and gentlemen, Noah, you're tagged, and so are you other assholes. I mean, good, awesome people. You're all fucking awesome. Ass deep in the rhubarb, you know, gnawing for goddamn survival on an NYRB classic. I laugh at you. Okay, I gotta go and see if this fits. It's over 16 minutes. I think you can do that now. I don't know. Rick Harf saying goodbye.